Good evening. This is All India Radio, Kohima. I'm Jonas Yandan with Evening News. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to chair virtual Global Investor Roundtable Conference this evening. PTA and NPF holds joint meeting. Chief Minister Nipirio appeals NPF legislators to rejoin Joint Legislators Forum. Nagaland Governor R.N. Ravi reviews ongoing road projects in the state. And Nagaland Health Minister S. Pangyapom launches Insects Youth app. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will chair the virtual Global Investor Roundtable Conference this evening. The conference is being organized by the Ministry of Finance and National Investment and Infrastructure Fund. It is an exclusive dialogue between leading global institutional investors, Indian business leaders, and the highest decision makers from the Government of India and financial market regulators. Union Finance Minister, Minister of State for Finance, RBI Governor, and other dignitaries will also be present on the occasion. The roundtable will witness participation from 20 of the world's largest pension and sovereign wealth funds with the total assets under management of about $6 trillion. People's Democratic Alliance (PDA) and Naga People's Front (NPF) legislature party held a joint press conference today at Kohima. Chief Minister Nipirio made an appeal to NPF legislators to rejoin the Joint Legislators Forum JLF, which was formed in 2009, and also to endorse the October 15 consultative meeting resolution and continue to work together, particularly for the settlement to the protracted Naga political issue. Meanwhile, Zelling informed on the proposal made to the Chief Minister on November 2, requesting him to consider the proposals of the NPF Legislature Party for formation of a new common platform. He expressed hope that the Chief Minister will positively take his suggestions and accelerate its endeavour to be active facilitator in resolving the protracted Naga political issue. Zeliang also expressed hope that they all sail in unison until the elected legislators achieve the goal in sincerely assisting to bring about permanent peace in the state. Nagaland Governor R.N. Ravi held a review meeting today at Raj Bhavan with regard to ongoing road projects in the state. Roads being a priority area of the concern, the Governor has been reviewing the status and progress of construction of the roads under National Highways and Infrastructure Development Corporation Limited (NHIDCL). Projects reviewed included Kohima Jessamir Road, Kohima Bypass Road, Kohima Mau Road, Dimapur Beren Road, and Jangdungya Longling Road. Work was slowed down due to rock sliding in several stretches of roads during the past months between ongoing Kohima-Dimapur four-lane project. The Governor also reiterated that the contractors expedite the ongoing work and to achieve the target is assured by the contractors. The NHIDCL officials highlighted hiccups in certain districts resulting in the stoppage of ongoing works, for which the Governor has asked the state government to resolve the matter at the earliest. NHIDCL further assured to finish the construction of the two-lane road before 15th of next month along the four-lane Dimapur-Kohima road. ACS and FC representing Chief Secretary Sentiyanga Imchen, Nagaland Commissioner Viladomo, DC Kohima Mohammed Shihab Ali A, and NHIDCL senior officials and contractors were present at the review meeting. Nagaland Health and Family Welfare Minister S. Pangyapom today launched Insects Youth app developed by Nagaland State AIDS Control Society. This app will help connect the youths with any HIV-related information and also to participate in HIV prevention activities. In a tweet, Pangyo encouraged the youths of the state to download the app and be informed, educated, and practice safe behavior to help zero down new HIV infections in Nagaland. Nagaland reported 57 new positive cases of COVID-19 today, taking the total tally to 9,264. Health and Family Welfare Minister S. Pangyapom in a tweet said 28 cases were detected from Kohima, 26 in Dimapur, and 1 each from Mon, Beren, and Mokokchung. In addition, 144 COVID patients have recovered, which included 72 from Dimapur, 58 in Kohima, 6 from Mon, 5 in Beren, and 3 from Zulumputo. Of the cases reported today, 31 cases were from traced contacts, 18 from armed forces, 6 from frontline workers, and 2 from returnees. The state has now 1,055 active cases, while 8,078 have recovered. Out of the 48 registered deaths, 39 have died due to COVID, while 6 deaths are non-COVID and 3 deaths are under investigation. So far, 83 cases have migrated. This news comes to you from All India Radio, Kohima. Superintendent of Police Kohima has informed that old NST parking will be designated as no parking zone from 8 a.m. tomorrow to 4 p.m. of 7th November. A press release from PRO Kohima Police said this has been necessitated in view of the preparation works of Kohima Smart City Development Limited's Street for People Challenge program, which will be launched tomorrow. It said owners of vehicles permanently parked in the designated area are requested to remove their vehicles before 7 a.m. tomorrow. Defaulting vehicles will be towed away and towing charges will be borne by the owner of the vehicle. Kohima Police further requested the general public to comply with the order. Dimapur District Administration will enforce total restriction of all vehicular movements from Batkai Bridge to Kokidolong from 7 a.m. of November 8 till 5 a.m. and on 9th November. Deputy Commissioner Dimapur Rajesh Sundararajan in a circular said that a restriction has been necessitated to facilitate speedy completion of 4-lane construction works and as a precautionary measure to prevent any injury or loss of life, damage to property and in the interest of public safety. Commuters travelling to Dimapur Kohima in light vehicles only have been advised to take alternative route via 7th Mile New Deputy Commissioner Office, Sukhumvit Razaphe, Maikam Bimla, Mainamsi, Janapani, Metsifeme and vice versa. Nagaland Governor R.N. Ravi extended Dokuemung greetings to the people of the state, especially to the Lotha community. In a message, Ravi said, "This beautiful festival represents the rich cultural heritage of our people." He said it is a post-harvest festival and the people rejuvenate through the celebrations after a period of tremendous hard work in the field. Ravi said Dokuemung signifies ending of all bitterness and strengthening the familial and social bonding. Governor Ravi further urged upon the youths to carry forward the rich cultural legacies. Advisor Sericulture, Excise and Minority Affairs Zaliorio said unity is mandatory and that there should be no room for isms and personal differences. Gracing the Open Volleyball Tournament today, organized by Kuki Baptist Youth Endeavour, Sirhima Village in Metsifema, Rio asserted that it is only through unity that a team can shoulder responsibilities together and compete for the best. He acknowledged that Kuki community is gifted in sports and music and urged them to vie for excellence till they can represent at the highest level in their respective disciplines. The advisor requested concerned village authorities to take all precautionary measures during such a mega event. Altogether, 40 teams, including teams from Beren, Kohima and Dimapur, are participating in the tournament. And as the nation fights COVID-19 pandemic, let us all remember to stay safe and protected by following these 3 simple steps. Wear a face mask, wash hands frequently with soap and water, or use hand sanitizer and follow social distancing. And now to the news, here are the main points again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to chair virtual Global Investor Roundtable Conference this evening. PTA and NPF holds joint meeting. Chief Minister Nipuriu appeals NPF legislators to rejoin Joint Legislators Forum. Nagaland Governor R.N. Ravi reviews ongoing road projects in the state. And Nagaland Health Minister S. Pangyapom launches Insects Youth app. That is all we have in this evening news bulletin. Good night.